Good afternoon, this is Mirko with Dry Pro Drain. I'm now doing a mainline sewer camera inspection here at 1143 Lake in Venice. We just finished doing the hydrojetting of the line from the accessible cleanout where I'm entering right here all the way to the city saddle. Now, we're entering the cleanout, which is in front of the house, which is ABS and was put in recently, or had been put in due to an issue with the drain pipe. Right here, we're going into okay, so we just entered the cleanout. It's ABS and then connects to clay, and this section prior to hydrojetting was filled with roots. So as you look at the clay connection, you can see where there's a separation and a break. So this part of the clay is broken, as you can see, and this was filled with roots. You can see clearly that this is all broken clay, needs to be repaired. Entering the clay, we have a pretty substantial shift in the clay pipe. This was also impacted with roots, and here we have a cracked connection. This is a tie-in, and you can see where there's a crack to the tie-in. Okay, here we have another substantial separation, and on the top you can see where it's cracked and broken. This is where a bunch of roots were as well. If you look at the upper right-hand corner of your screen. Now, each connection had massive root intrusion. And here we have another connection, and there's a shift. But if you look to the left of the screen, you can see actually a crack of the clay pipe. So there's a crack of the terracotta clay, and that is where the roots were intruding from. This separation is not a problem. That looks okay. So here we have another separation of the clay pipe, and on the bottom you can see that there's a slight crack to the clay. This was another area that had a lot of roots, and it was impacted with roots. Here we have a separation. You can see that there was a massive crack in the right-hand corner of this section of clay pipe. This is a section of the clay pipe where I was almost not able to pass with my camera prior to having it hydrojetted. So this really is a major issue of the clay pipe right here and needs to be rehabilitated. Here we have what's called a chimney and a drop. So this chimney transitions into from a 4-inch pipe to a 6-inch pipe, and that's 41 feet. So what we would need to do is excavate where this cleanout is and perform what's called a hydraulic pull with a polyethylene pipe. And what we would do is we would need to dig up where this chimney is and pull a polyethylene pipe from excavating the cleanout to this chimney, which is 40 feet from the house. And we would need to dig up 2 holes, and then from this point on to the city saddle, we would use what's called a fiberglass resin-based lining method. So we would line about 20 feet, but pull 40 feet. So So here I'm going through the chimney. I'm now dropping into the 6-inch transition. Here we have a major shift on the top of the pipe. So here, as you can see another crack of the clay pipe. That's actually dirt. This was impacted with roots prior to me hydrojetting. This section of the pipe would all be lined with a liner. So we have another crack in the pipe, and you can see it's a major crack all around the connection. It needs to be rehabilitated with a fiberglass resin-based liner. And we have another crack. As you can see, all around the clay on the bottom is a crack, and that's dirt. This was all impacted with roots. Again, has been cleaned with the hydrojetting method. Here we have a substantial missing part of the clay pipe, and you can see where there is a break, a shift, and dirt protruding through the crack. And this is all full of roots. Giant root ball. So we're going to hop over that, make a turn. Here we have another shift, substantial shift, where the clay pipe has broken and cracked, and there's dirt coming through. These sections are all potentials for possible collapse. So you can really get a good look at that crack in the dirt. I get close to the camera like that. So we're continuing going down, and here we have about 2 feet before the city saddle, we have a massive crack where there's dirt coming out. Now we hydrojetted this, but this was a major root ball all the way into the city saddle connection. The city saddle connection is fine, but as you can see, this is a major problem. At 63 feet, we would need to fix this part of the pipe. Now we're into the city. This is the city sewer you're looking at. I'm going to pull back, and this is the city saddle. The city saddle connection looks like it's in really good condition. There's no problem with the city saddle connection. But if we pull back just a little bit, here's the issue. So we would be able to rehabilitate this pipe and shoot the liner just to this area right here, just to the edge of the city saddle connection, and you wouldn't have any kind of root intrusion or root balls or problems with the clay pipe collapsing. We're looking at 63 feet, 20 feet of which would be using a fiberglass resin-based liner, and about 40 feet would be doing a trenchless pipe burst. That would be 2 sticks of 20 feet fused together, making one stick. This is a really big problem right here, though. I'm now doing a reverse. You can see where the cracks are and where roots were. Another major crack. This all needs to be repaired. This is now the reverse view. I'm just pulling my camera out. Again, looking at cracks in the clay that shouldn't be there, and that's why this pipe will always have issues with root intrusion. Again, visually you can see where the breaks are. This is the chimney that I was talking about, where we would need to excavate, and you can see this major break in the chimney. So this section right here, we would need to dig up and then repair with a new pipe, and then shoot the liner from this point to the city saddle. So it's about 20 feet, but you can see this is actually about to collapse. That's how bad that is. That piece is just hanging on by a thread. As you can see right in this section right here, that is about to just collapse, and sooner than later, probably the next time these roots come out, this will definitely collapse and fail, and you would need to dig up anyways. So now that the roots are gone and nothing's holding these pipes together, it would be a good idea to get this done as soon as possible. Another crack. This is the chimney right here. This is where it transitions from 4-inch pipe to 6-inch pipe. Crack. See another crack on the reverse view. This is where a test Y is. And just before I'm pulling it out, you can see where this pipe is all cracked. I'm going to end the recording here. Pulling it out of the clean out. Here at 1143 Lake Avenue, Lake Street, I'm going to end recording now.